Ever gone to a store for just milk and left with a bag full of things you never planned to buy? You're not alone. This isn't a lack of willpower. It's the result of a world designed to tempt us at every turn. Store layouts, music, and even the smell of fresh bread are all crafted to nudge us into buying more. Understanding these triggers is the first step to shopping smarter, not less. So, let's pull back the curtain and see how our shopping habits are shaped, often without us even realizing it. Meet David, a financial analyst, a man of numbers, spreadsheets, and calculated risks. He navigates the complex world of finance with precision and logic. Or so he thought. David needed new towels. A simple, straightforward task. He made a mental note to swing by the department store after work, but somewhere between the bath linens and the checkout, he came face to face with a llama-shaped lamp. Yes, a llama, and yes, it was a lamp. He had a list. A carefully curated list of household essentials. A plan. A well-defined plan to acquire said essentials and return home, mission accomplished, and every intention to stick to it. He was a man of discipline after all. Or so he believed. But then, amidst the sea of ordinary home goods, he saw it. The lamp. Quirky, undeniably ridiculous, and most importantly on clearance. A trifecta of temptation. The bright red sticker screamed, "Deal," practically begging him to reconsider his priorities. And suddenly, against all logic and reason, it felt like an opportunity he simply couldn't pass up. A chance to inject a little whimsy into his otherwise structured life. He rationalized, it'd be a conversation piece. A unique addition to his otherwise bland apartment. It was almost 60% off, a steal. Why not indulge a little? He left the store, towels forgotten, list abandoned, just a llama-shaped lamp that clashed spectacularly with everything else in his home, a testament to the power of impulse. Weeks later, the lamp sat unused, gathering dust in a corner, a monument to impulse, a silent reminder of that fateful shopping trip. We all have our own version of the llama lamp, that one purchase we can't quite explain, gadgets we swore we'd use every day, now buried in a drawer. Shoes that looked amazing in the store but pinch our toes after 5 minutes. Or hot sauces we never use, convinced we'd suddenly develop a taste for extreme heat. These aren't just clutter, they're tangible reminders of how emotion can hijack our best intentions, leading us down a path of unnecessary spending. Even the most rational minds, the Davids of the world, can fall prey to a good story, a persuasive sales pitch, and a bright red sticker. Impulse spending isn't about being careless or irresponsible. It's about being human, about the complex interplay of emotions and desires that drive our decisions. The trick is learning to spot these moments, to recognize the emotional triggers before they lead to another impulse purchase. Because next time, it might not be a llama lamp, a relatively harmless indulgence, but something else, something more significant that you never meant to buy and might later regret. We like to think impulse buyers are simply irresponsible or just bad with money, quick to spend without a second thought. But the truth is far more nuanced and perhaps a little unsettling. We're all wired for it to some degree. Our brains are predisposed to certain behaviors. Our brains evolved over millennia to grab rewards quickly, a survival mechanism honed over countless generations. Think berries on the savannah, a vital source of sustenance in a harsh environment. Not bargains at the mall, a relatively recent invention in the grand scheme of human history. The modern world, with its constant barrage of information and temptations, is a super stimulus for these ancient instincts, overwhelming our senses. Flash sales and limited time offers, those ticking clocks urging us to act now, trigger the same urgency as a ripe fruit about to be snatched by a competitor, a primal fear of missing out. Even financial experts, those who dedicate their lives to understanding markets and money, can't always outthink their own wiring. In the heat of the moment, when emotions run high, even the most rational minds can succumb to impulsive urges. Knowledge alone isn't enough to shield us from these ingrained tendencies. Emotion often drowns out logic, creating a powerful internal conflict when temptation strikes, leaving us vulnerable. Impulse spending is universal. A shared human experience, not a personal flaw or a sign of weakness. Recognizing this inherent tendency helps us move from self-blame and feelings of inadequacy to curiosity, a desire to understand the forces at play within our own minds. Why do we do what we do, even when we know it's not in our best interest? What triggers us? What specific situations or emotions make us more susceptible to impulsive decisions? By understanding our inherent irrationality, the quirks and biases that shape our behavior, we can start to develop strategies to outsmart it. to navigate the modern world without constantly falling prey to our ancient impulses. The real culprit behind impulse buys? Dopamine, the brain's motivation molecule. It's not about the pleasure of owning something, but the thrill of the chase. When you spot a deal, dopamine surges, making you crave the reward. The anticipation peaks just before you click buy, not when the package arrives. Retailers know this and design sales countdowns and low stock alerts to keep you hooked. FOMO, fear of missing out, amplifies the urge. But the high fades fast, often leaving buyers remorse in its wake. The cycle repeats. Seek, buy, regret, repeat. Understanding this loop is the first step to breaking it. Next time you feel the rush, pause and ask, is it the item or just the thrill? Our sense of value is shaped by context, not logic. Enter anchoring. The first price you see sets the bar for what feels like a deal. Was $100, now $50? That $100 is the anchor, making $50 feel irresistible, even if the real value is less. Stores use anchors everywhere, luxury bags up front, expensive menu items, and more. Suddenly, the reasonable option looks like a steal. We're not just buying things, we're buying the story of getting a bargain. Retailers carefully craft these comparisons to guide our choices. The satisfaction comes from feeling smart, not just from the purchase itself. Recognize the anchor, and you'll see through the illusion. Next time you spot a deal, ask compared to what? Black Friday. The name alone conjures images of stampedes and doorbuster deals. It's the ultimate test, a crucible where our consumer impulses are put to the absolute limit. It's a day where retailers pull out all the stops, employing every trick in the book to get us to open our wallets. Urgency. It's the engine that drives so many purchasing decisions. Social proof. The comforting feeling that everyone else is doing it, so it must be a good idea. And deep discounts collide, creating a perfect storm of consumer desire. It's a potent mix, designed to overwhelm our rational thinking. People line up at dawn, fueled by the promise of incredible savings. Swept up in the frenzy, they often lose sight of their original shopping lists. Buying things they never planned for, succumbing to the allure of the moment. Online, it's even easier to get caught in the web. Algorithms suggest add-ons, tempting us with things we didn't even know we wanted. One-click ordering removes friction, making it effortless to add items to our virtual carts. And flash sales pop up constantly, creating a sense of scarcity and the fear of missing out. Even supermarkets are designed to tempt you, strategically placing items to maximize your spending. Essentials in the back, forcing you to navigate through aisles of tempting treats. Impulse buys at the checkout, the final gauntlet before you escape. Every aisle, every display, meticulously crafted to influence your choices, is engineered to nudge you toward more spending, often without you even realizing it. We're not shopping in a vacuum. The environment itself is a powerful persuader. We're navigating a maze built by experts in human behavior, individuals who understand our desires and weaknesses. Awareness is your best defense, the key to navigating this complex landscape. Spot the nudges, recognize the traps, and understand the underlying strategies at play. And decide if you want to play along, or if you'd rather make your own rules. The more you see the game, the less likely you are to get played, and the more control you have over your spending. Shopping smart starts with seeing the stage for what it is, a carefully constructed environment designed to influence your decisions. So, how do we fight back? Add friction and pause to your purchases. Try a 24-hour rule for anything over $50. Wait before you buy. Delete saved credit cards from your online accounts. Make yourself type in the numbers. Unsubscribe from marketing emails that trigger impulse buys. These small steps give your rational brain time to catch up. You're not depriving yourself. You're taking control. Try one strategy for a week and see what you don't buy. Notice the difference in your bank account and your sense of control. Shopping mindfully isn't about saying no to everything, it's about saying yes to what truly matters. And that's a story worth telling every time you reach for your wallet.